this one, I'm going to try to keep it to 5 things I dislike about my Chevy Silverado, not in any particular order. So here we go. The first issue I have with this vehicle is the HVAC system and the heated seats. I have been in many other trucks since I've had this. I've driven many other trucks before. It's mostly the Fords. Their HVAC system is insane. You turn the car on and within probably less than 5 minutes you're at the temperature you want. With this, it takes a little bit of driving before it gets heated up. I work like 8 minutes from home and my car is just warming up when I get to work. I don't like that at all. The heated seats take a lot longer to heat up than the Fords do. Current year model, so not current, but same year model as this one, so 2015s. Heat up a lot faster than Chevy's system they got going. The second thing I dislike about this vehicle is kind of a deal breaker for me. It's the transmission. I'm not particularly sure the exact model of transmission that's in this vehicle. However, it is very, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to say clunky. The shift points I'm not too fond of, especially if you're slowing down, not using the brake, and then you have to speed back up. Sometimes it'll jolt you forward. It doesn't shift as smoothly as I like. I don't know if that's a problem with the 2015s or if they fixed it in the new 2016s with the standard LED headlights. I'm not entirely sure if they switched transmissions. Definitely not a fan of the transmission. Another thing that I'm not too fond of, and it's not just specific to Chevy. With all this new technology coming out in their head units, so for the radio and the nav systems, no dealership or company has come up with a way to update all these head units. So in 3 years or 4 years, this head unit is going to be crap. Like, you're probably going to have to upgrade to a double din, that's a nice truck too, double din stereo system, or you're going to have to figure out a way, to somehow update it, or else it's just going to lag and it's going to be crappy. So I don't like how manufacturers are putting in these awesome systems right now, but down the road they don't have any plan to make them updatable. I know, I was researching a little bit, I know RAM, you can actually get a USB drive with some sort of file on it and plug it in and have it update or crack the computer and get updates to the head unit, so that way it's not bogging down and super slow all the time. I live in Michigan, obviously, as I've said before, and the traction control, so number 4, the traction control I have an issue with. This is 4-wheel drive. I do have weight in the back. I have almost 400 pounds, I believe, of weight over the rear axle, and the traction control's rough. I'll barely put my foot on the gas, and I just can't get traction anywhere. And I know every time it snows, it's a different scenario. I just wish, there was a better way the truck could handle not getting traction. And then the 4x4 in this 2015 Silverado, I'm not too fond of. I already took it in once for a recall. Very clunky, even when you're not supposed to be using it on dry, flat surfaces. If it's slick, really crappy rain coming down, or you're stuck, that's when you use 4x4. Even in the snow, when I do use it, it is very clunky, and it jolts you forward, kind of like the transmission does. I think my 2008 or 9 Silverado actually had a better 4x4 system than I currently have in this one. I don't know. I think I think I put a video out before. There was like 3 things I've taken this vehicle in for recalls. One was the airbag, one was the 4x4 system, and I think another was an electrical related issue. Just an extra, so 6 things I don't like about it is when it gets real cold, I'd say about 15 degrees, you try to turn on the heat to warm up the car, the blower motor makes the whole car sound like the engine is revving, and it's very annoying. Not liking that too much. And while we're on, just bashing the Silverado, the blower motor definitely sucks. The remote start is absolute crap too. It's hit or miss. I'll be 20 feet away, it won't work. I'll be 100 feet away, it'll work perfectly. I'll be 100 feet away, it won't work at all. I don't know what that's all about. I know there's tricks you can do to extend the range, put it on your body to extend the range, but it's hit or miss with the remote start system. So I know I've kind of complained about 7 things I don't necessarily like about this Silverado, but at the end of the day, it's all been covered by warranty. I haven't had to pay anything for it. And the transmission is only the really thing that bugs me. But, it is a leased vehicle, so at the end of July of next year, I will be getting rid of this vehicle unless I can somehow get a different vehicle. I'm really wanting to get a Ram 3500 with a Cummins diesel in it. The reason I want to get a 3500 is because the 68 RFE transmission that comes standard in the 2500s is absolute garbage, and I don't want to be rebuilding transmissions. So I'm going to upgrade to the Ison trans. And then the Ford F-250 with the same configurations as I have configured for the Ram. I don't know how anybody's able to buy those vehicles. The payment is like $800 a month, $700 a month over 6 years. So I mean, if I win one, that'd be great. I'd love to have the new updated Power Stroke. I think the F-250s and 350s look all badass as hell, but you got to be realistic, and power per liter, that inline 6 Cummins is going to beat that Power Stroke every day. The only hope that the Power Stroke has is the weight reduction, but with Ford having 925 foot-pounds of torque from the factory, and Ram's 2018 redesigns coming out, I highly doubt Ram is going to let Ford be king of the hill for much longer. But getting back to the Silverado, this was a 7 things I dislike about my Chevy Silverado 1500. Thanks for watching.